Right now at 5, KDOT moves forward with plans for the US 69 corridor. Now members of citizens give their opinion.
And we've got strong to severe thunderstorms rolling through the area this morning. We're going to break down where they are and where they're going coming up.
Plus, the Missouri Highway Patrol weighs in on the state of school buses in our area. Find out which school received the highest rating.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Good morning and welcome to the KOA Morning News. It's 5 a.m. I'm Elise Snowy.
Hi, Chris Warner. It's finally Friday here in the 4 states, June the 6th, but we are dealing with some strong to severe thunderstorms out there this morning. Been tracking these all morning as they continue to push into our area. Quick look downtown Pittsburgh. Every so often we are getting some impressive yet very dangerous lightning with these storms. In fact, at one point, a peak with some of these storms, we were looking at about 1,000 lightning strikes, and that's not an exaggeration, unfortunately, but we were looking at nearly 1,000 lightning strikes. So into our immediate area, this is what we have. We have the severe thunderstorm watch for all of northeast Oklahoma that will run until 8 o'clock this morning. And then we have a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings. We have this one that, at least in terms of our immediate area, includes the southern portions of Washington County here. And it's that orange color because that's that tornado possible tag associated with it. And that's the thing, is that particular part of the storm, this line of storms, has produced a couple of tornado warnings. No confirmed tornadoes from it, but it has tried to spin up. And then we have this severe thunderstorm warning. It's now in the north central Craig County in northeast Oklahoma. This one runs till 5:30, and this is for 60-mile-an-hour winds and half-dollar size hail at this point. So we're going to look at the radar here. So if you are outside of that zone right now, especially in the southeast Kansas, not nearly as much lightning for most of southeast Kansas, but some fairly heavy rainfall out there that is continuing to fall. It is not going to help with any flooding concerns, but this storm here, it's now coming out of Craig County, moving into parts of southeastern Labette County, so Chautauqua, Oswego. It's pushing slowly to the east-northeast, could eventually take it into parts of Cherokee County and the northwestern portions of Ottawa County, but at this time, the only warning we have for it is for this portion of the storm. And again, just on this storm alone, we can do a quick lightning count for you. That's 402 lightning strikes in just that area alone. There's a lot of electrical activity with these storms. Now we're going to take the lightning off and just get a better look here. So we've been looking at the hail signatures on this storm. They started coming up just a little while ago, and that's why that warning ultimately was issued here for this storm into Craig County. And then we have, again, it's far west, southern portions of Washington County, but this storm is exiting our immediate area and is trying to track to the southeast. Now, if it continues to turn southeast, then we shouldn't have many more problems with it unless it tries to clip parts of Delaware County. But, we go back and we just kind of look at some of these loops here, and that whole line looks more and more like it's just kind of diving eastward. And if it holds that course, that's going to eventually bring it back into our immediate area, back into parts of southern Craig County, Delaware County, eventually into parts of McDonald and Benton County if it holds course. So here's another broad look at some of these storms. Number of severe thunderstorm warnings associated with these. We also have some shower storms with some heavier rain off to the east here around Mount Vernon and then heading towards Springfield. No warnings associated with that activity. We're going to take a look at the loop on this. And again, just the volume of lightning out of these storms is just incredible this morning. So that's one thing as you're getting your day underway. Remember, this lightning is dangerous, deadly. You don't want to mess with it. And there's been, just look at the electrical activity on this. More than 1,000 lightning strikes stretching along this line of storms. So our severe threat for today does include, again, an isolated tornado risk. We also have an isolated to scattered hail and wind risk out there as well, because we're also going to see additional thunderstorms overnight tonight. Now, once we get past this activity this morning, by about 11 o'clock, we should be done. We'll be left with some isolated to widely scattered showers and storms heading into the afternoon across the area. Temperatures this morning, again, a bit on the mild side. We've got upper 60s and low 70s out there, and so we've just got enough going on to help fuel these storms. We will, again, have the opportunity for scattered storms periodically throughout the day, and we're, again, going upper 70s, low 80s, and we'll continue to track these storms this morning. If anything changes on them, any new watches, warnings issued, we'll certainly pop in and let you know. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, residents are learning more and reacting to roundabouts and other changes coming to Highway 69 in Crawford County. Yesterday was the second day of KDOT's public meetings explaining the final concepts for improving an 18-mile stretch of the highway from near Arma south to the Crawford-Cherokee County line. And one intersection that's planned and already funded is Quincy and the bypass. KDOT plans to replace the stoplight there with the 5-leg roundabout. Now, it's one of many choices some area residents have mixed feelings about. We caught up with some folks in Pittsburgh as KDOT continues open house meetings to introduce the final plans.
I have a problem with the no left turn thing. I know it's a safety question, but there's no other way to go in the other directions.
I appreciated them asking for public input, and I've gone the last 2 times besides this time, and I can see they're making changes.
I answered all of my questions right away and very thoroughly, and knew the answers almost as quick as I was asking them. So.
Well, yesterday's public meetings were in Pittsburgh and Arma. Today, KDOT will hold a virtual meeting that you can see online. For more information on that and other details about the project, check out the story on KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, the Joplin School District gets the green light to keep going after the Missouri State Highway Patrol's 2025 annual inspections. The district earned a perfect 100% approval rate on its 71 school buses, proving the wheels on the bus go round and round safely all year long. Now, this top score reflects Joplin's dedication to keeping student transportation safe and reliable. Other area districts also performed well, including Carthage with 98.2% approval, Neosho schools at just over 96%, and Lamar with 90%. Now, across Missouri, troopers inspected more than 11,000 school buses to ensure safety for children statewide. For the full list of inspection results, visit our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Well, some good news for the city of Nevada. City officials say the purchase of all new tornado sirens has been approved. Now, the news follows months of collaborative work with siren specialists. Officials say the new sirens will offer an increased range of coverage, and the siren located at the golf course and ball fields will have the capability to announce threats of incoming lightning or severe weather to the public. The replacement project is scheduled to begin in the next couple of months. That's a look at this morning's top stories and weather in our first 7 minutes, coming up on the KOAM Morning News. President Trump and Elon Musk clash publicly with threats, insults, and political fallout. And we're tracking thunderstorm chances for today. We'll have what to expect with Chris Warner in the Skywatch Weather Center. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Topping Nation Watch this morning, more reaction to the very public war of words between President Donald Trump and his ally, Elon Musk. Now, it started with Musk slamming the president's so-called big, beautiful bill since he left his position with the administration last week. Then yesterday, things turned personal. The president threatened to kill government contracts associated with Musk's companies, while Musk shared a post suggesting that President Trump should be impeached. Naomi Ruckham has more from New York.
I'm very disappointed in Elon.
A split between President Donald Trump and Elon Musk exploded on social media. It began days ago with Musk criticizing the president's big budget and border bill on X, calling it a big, ugly bill, arguing that it will add to the deficit, even pushing Republicans to kill the bill.
Elon knew the inner workings of this bill better than almost anybody sitting here.
Musk responded, "False. This bill was never shown to me even once." Soon, the insults grew personal. Musk, who spent more than $200 million on the 2024 race, posted, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election," adding, "Such ingratitude." President Trump threatened to cut billions of dollars in contracts and subsidies to Musk's companies, prompting Musk to threaten to decommission his Dragon spacecraft. Musk later walked it back. Musk also hit further below the belt. Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. A White House source responded, if Musk truly believed President Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were deeply involved, Why did he hang out with him for 6 months?
This divorce was predictable.
The fallout sparked reaction from the Beltway.
It's not helpful.
And beyond.
It's two egos going at it.
The public spat also sent Tesla stock tumbling 14 points yesterday. Naomi Ruckham, CBS News.
Now, overnight, Politico reported that President Trump seemed to downplay the spat in a brief phone interview with the news agency. The president posted on social media last night, "I don't mind Elon turning against me, but he should have done so months ago." Meanwhile, hedge fund manager Bill Ackman pushed for both to make peace for the good of the country on X last night, to which Musk replied, "You're not wrong." Well, still to come, a new study suggests that talk therapy may speed stroke recovery. Plus, Chris returns with another look at your Friday forecast. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. Well, a convenience store staff was no doubt stunned when a very unexpected customer, a massive wild elephant, came into their store and started munching on their merchandise. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
Watch an elephant with a serious case of the munchies stroll into a convenience store and start snacking away. The bizarre scene was caught on camera in Thailand at a store located near a national park where elephants are known to roam. The store owner says it had been a slow day when the large mammal came wandering in off the street and dove right into the snacks. Elephants are famously known for their love of peanuts, but owners say this one went straight for the candy before sampling saltier offerings, which did include peanuts. Park rangers eventually showed up and shooed away the munchin' mooch, and the owner says a wildlife protection group later offered to foot the big guy's snack bill. A brazen bear was spotted taking a casual midday stroll in California, leaving residents in the community of Orcutt a bit on edge. KEYT says officials responded and used a tranquilizer to cut the black bear's broad daylight breather short before relocating it safely. In Florida, a large wild alligator went ahead and made itself right at home, taking a dip in a homeowner's pool. WPEC reports a local trapper was called in to deal with the nearly 7-foot swimmin' snapper, which did not go quietly, putting up a thrashing and splashing fight, reinforcing the homeowner's wise decision not to deal with the uninvited guest himself. Gators, bears, elephants, are animals just invading the human world? Maybe we should check in on some other cities. Oh no! Giant bugs, the horror! Maybe we should try another. Oh, they got Chicago too! God help us all! I suppose it's possible these are just bugs on the tower cam lenses, but I'm not taking the chance. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth. I'm out of here.
Hey, we've had a few bugs on some of our tower cams before. Let's head over to Chris now for a quick look at the forecast.
Yeah, no bugs on the cameras this morning, but plenty of lightning out there as we're continuing to monitor strong to severe thunderstorms pushing through the area. We're going to have another full look at those thunderstorms and what we're expecting when we come back. All right, welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:20 now on this busy Friday morning out there. Now, some good news at this point. We don't have any watches or warnings outside of where we've already shown you those, but we are going to update them. But take a look at that. We are still dealing with very dangerous and frequent lightning across the area as well. These storms, on one of our other weather computers, I'm going to give you a quick lightning count just in our immediate area. So this is parts of Ottawa, Cherokee, and into Craig County. 507 lightning strikes with these thunderstorms out there. The good news is it looks like the severe thunderstorm warning is going to expire in Craig County here at 5:30. Tulsa Weather Service Office is going to let that expire. So there's MoDOT camera 20th and range line. Let's take a look at what we do have. All right, so into our area, southeastern Craig County, we do have this severe thunderstorm warning. It runs until 6 o'clock this morning, and this is going to be for 60-mile-an-hour winds. Hail was a concern initially with some of these storms. It is not as much of a concern right now, but of course that could always change. Winds, though, are becoming the new issue. And then, of course, this warning here into north central Craig County is going to be allowed to expire at 5:30, which is definitely some good news, showing that maybe these storms are losing a bit of their punch in our area in terms of their severe status. But you can see it's a lot of lightning, more than 500 lightning strikes just in our area, not counting the whole thing, which stretches way back down toward Oklahoma City, where you can see they're still dealing with tornado warnings as well down there. So on to the southeast Kansas side of things. We just have some heavy rain, some thunderstorms through most of southeast Kansas. Nothing strong, nothing severe with that activity. But what we do want to watch is, of course, this storm. I know that at this point it's going to be allowed to come out of, the warning is going to be allowed to expire for Craig County, but still a pretty intense line of storms here. And we want to monitor it in case it does try to re-intensify. Taking the lightning off so you can kind of see we got some very heavy rainfall from Chautauqua toward Baxter Springs on 166. Joplin, just some moderate showers at this point, same point south. We've got this little guy, this little thunderstorm here that's north of Mount Vernon. Just a couple of lightning strikes with it, but still flaring up pretty quickly. And we've got, of course, this bulk line down here into parts of northeast Oklahoma. Now, we want to watch the northern edge of this line here as it continues to push off to the east. And it's trying to turn southeast, but you see some of these notches. We've talked about the term the QLCS tornado, those spin-up tornadoes that form in a line. Again, we've had a couple of tornado warnings back to the west, outside of our area, not in our area. No confirmed tornadoes from this storm at this time, but it is something we want to watch is for that, because if it continues to the east, it will eventually bring it in close to Grove, eventually toward Pineville, Anderson, south of Goodman. And again, we want to watch the other storms as well in case they try and re-intensify, because we do have some energy out there for some of these storms this morning. So here's a broader view of all of this activity. This line, the line has mainly been moving to the southeast. Parts of it have tried to turn east, and even if you watch some of these loops here, they've tried to turn northeast, but the whole line itself being pushed off, or pulled off rather, to the south and east at this particular time. All right, so here's what we've got for our severe threats. We have an isolated tornado risk across a good portion of the area, isolated to scattered hail threat out there, and that isolated to scattered damaging wind risk. So we've got the storms this morning, but then we're looking at additional storms overnight tonight. So this activity we've got now should clear out in the next 2 or 3 hours, and then we'll just be left with some scattered showers, some scattered thunderstorms out there, but not anticipating anything severe into the afternoon and evening. It's going to be overnight. We get closer 1, 2, 3 in the morning. We get new thunderstorm development as we go into Saturday, and this activity could be strong to severe as it pushes off to the north through early Saturday morning. So we certainly are going to want to keep an eye on that as it pushes through. By 8, 9 o'clock Saturday, that's done. Then we just have a few scattered shower storms out there, but then we could see additional storms. Some of them could be strong to low-grade severe by Saturday afternoon, and then those will clear through. We've got scattered storms out there, and we got to keep an eye on all of those as well. Our severe risks for tomorrow are going to be for the isolated tornado risk, and again, a lot of this is in the eastern half as this whole thing starts to move on through. We have an isolated hail risk across the entire region, and then isolated to scattered damaging wind risk out there. And then Sunday, we want to watch for the possibility of another line of strong, potentially severe storms. So that's why we have the isolated to scattered severe thunderstorm risk out there as well. All right, so again, scattered storms through the day. Our greatest severe risk is between now and about 8, maybe 9 a.m. at the latest. I will continue with those storm chances out there. Highs today, upper 70s, low 80s across the area. Then overnight tonight into early tomorrow, we'll get another round of thunderstorms. Some could be strong to severe, back into the mid-60s. We're going to continue to warm, low 80s tomorrow, mid-80s for Sunday, and a little cooler Monday, briefly though, and I mean a little by like a couple of degrees. And then after that, still looking to heat up next week. Couple of days out there into the upper 80s, pushing close to 90. Of course, we're going to continue to monitor these storms as they push through the area this morning. Any new warnings or watches pop up, we will certainly let you know. Now we're going to send it over to Elise with Health Watch.
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, stroke survivors often have to go through physical therapy, but talk therapy may also be critical for their recovery. A study by University College London found more than 1 in 3 stroke survivors experience depression and anxiety. 71% of patients who attended talk therapy had improvement of those symptoms, and the sooner stroke survivors began therapy, the better they did. And new research from University of Utah Health found patients who had weight loss surgery got the biggest mental health benefit, not from losing the weight, but from facing less weight stigma from society that led eating to healthier and better mental health. Well, weight stigma is associated with depression, anxiety, and worse eating habits. Well, have you ever tried a healthy diet but didn't manage to lose a pound? Well, it's likely still improved your health, according to a new study by Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health. Researchers found while a third of people who tried healthy diets didn't lose any weight, they still got a boost to their cardiovascular health, including improved cholesterol levels. The authors of the study say the message is we shouldn't always associate weight loss as the only one goal when we diet. That's a look at some of today's top health stories. We'll be right back. Right now at 5:30, Mercy serves up a picnic event for cancer survivors and their families.
And we are continuing to track strong thunderstorms pushing into the area this morning. Lots of lightning with these storms as well. A look at your forecast coming up.
Plus, the oldest mining town in Kansas celebrates its 148th anniversary.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News. It's 5:30. I'm Elise Noe.
And I'm Chris Warner. It's finally Friday here in the 4 states. It is June the 6th, and it is a busy Friday morning out there. So we've had some severe thunderstorm warnings. We do have a severe thunderstorm watch that's in place as well. National Weather Service offices are actually, never mind. I see it right now on our other machine. So give me just 1 second. We do have a new severe thunderstorm watch. They were just in a discussion about this. So in our area, it only includes McDonald, Berry, and Newton counties. And this severe thunderstorm watch is, again, it is new and it will run this morning until 10 a.m. So, and take a look at that. Wow. Just look at that lightning. This is what we're talking about. This lightning, it looks neat so long as you're in a safe location, but it is dangerous, it is deadly, and there is a lot of it. We've had more than 700 lightning strikes. We had at one point at a peak of these storms, nearly 1,000 lightning strikes out there. MoDOT camera 20th and range line, looking good. We were just showing you downtown Pittsburgh. So there now you can see that new severe thunderstorm watch that's been extended. Also includes Benton County out there as well, and this will run through 10 o'clock this morning, tied back to, of course, the severe thunderstorm watch here. So the only warning right now that we have in our area is going to be for southern Craig County. This warning runs until 6 a.m. The one that was in northern Craig County expired at 5:30, but this storm continues. The warning we still have is for 60-mile-an-hour winds. It is moving east at 30, so we still want to monitor it because with it moving to the east, that's going to eventually put it. All right, there we go. Getting some lightning strikes here at the station as well. So it will put it rolling into Delaware County before too much longer. So what we'll do is, honestly, we're just going to kind of, now different parts of this line are moving at slightly different speeds, but we're going to average this whole line out to about 35 miles an hour and start from here in Cherokee County all the way back down as we push this off to the east at 30. So parts of it, I mean, Joplin, it's rolling through right now. 10 minutes before some of this heavier activity gets through. Grove by just after 6 o'clock this morning. Neosho, 6:19. Monette just before 7. Bentonville down there, 7:13. And close to 7:30 for Cassville for these storms as they continue to push off to the east, southeast, and some have tried pushing off to the northeast. So we're going to be dealing with these storms for the next few hours. Now, on the Kansas side, just a quick note, excluding Cherokee County at this point, up north, we're okay. No severe thunderstorm watches, no severe thunderstorm warnings, nothing like that, but we do have some heavier rain. We do have some thunder and lightning out there, so again, just be careful with that lightning as you're starting your day. The cells that we're still watching, while there are no severe thunderstorm warnings, still getting some pretty heavy rain, quite a bit of lightning, a storm that's now rolling into southern Cherokee County. So it's just south of Columbus, back toward Galena, Baxter Springs, Joplin. It's going to roll in soon. Rolling into Miami right now as we speak. With this storm pushing off again to the east, stretching back down the turnpike. And again, right now at least, the only warning we have is that part in southern Craig County into northeastern Oklahoma. All of this activity is going to continue to push through. The severe threat will be along the leading edge with this line as it rolls off to the east. So that's going to confine our severe threat really at this point from here to here and in this zone. That's why that watch is in place. Then we'll have another round of strong, potentially severe thunderstorms overnight tonight into tomorrow. So we do have an isolated tornado risk with this for a good portion of the region. Isolated to scattered hail threat and an isolated to scattered damaging wind threat across the area. Again, once this clears out, our day, Few scattered showers, maybe a couple of thunderstorms out there. Not anticipating anything strong or severe with that. It'll be overnight tonight that we'll start to see another round of strong to severe thunderstorms. Temperatures this morning, quick look at those. Upper 60s, low 70s. We're mild, we're muggy. We've got the energy in place for these storms. That's why, of course, we're seeing them. Now, again, scattered storms, but our severe threat should begin to taper off through the day. But a few of those will still be out there. Southeast winds 5 to 10. Our highs upper 70s and low 80s. We're going to continue to monitor these storms. Any new warnings, watches pop up, we will certainly pop in and let you know. Elise?
All right, Chris, thanks. We'll see you soon. Cancer survivors and their loved ones gathered at Mercy Cancer Center in Joplin for an afternoon of celebration, community, and reflection. Mercy hosted its annual Cancer Survivors Picnic, a chance to honor those who fought or are still fighting cancer, alongside the medical teams who have stood by them throughout their journey. Now, this year, guests also had a special opportunity to take part in a community project led by an Eagle Scout, painting rocks with encouraging messages to fill a new rock garden at the entrance of the Cancer Center. And middle school students in Neosho, Missouri got a hands-on look at healthcare careers yesterday thanks to a special program at Freeman Health System's East Campus. It's called MASH Camp. From stethoscopes to scrubs, it's a real-world glimpse into the medical field.
People get sent home from the hospital and they have to be able to do those activities of daily living. So that's what the therapists are working with, helping them do that. So this kind of mimics some of those things you would teach someone.
The students also took part in a mock physical therapy session. Well, happy birthday, Galena, Kansas. The oldest mining town in the state is celebrating nearly a century and a half since it was founded in 1877. KOAM's Anthony Saviello was there and fills us in on what we can expect to see this weekend.
Well, here on historic Route 66, right here, that's the street that we're talking about. You can see Galena Days is well underway, the 148th celebration of the city of Galena. That's its 148th birthday. So whether you're riding rides or filling up on food, stopping by local vendors, it doesn't matter. This place is flooded with thousands of people, not just today, but throughout the entire weekend. And with that comes a little bit of safety concern. But after speaking with the chief of police of Galena, he says that is going to be well taken care of.
We'll have foot patrols inside the event itself. You know, it's a family event, so we want people to be able to come out, feel safe, and have a good time celebrating Galena Days. We're here. I mean, the police station is located right here. The fire station is right here. So all of our, and plus we'll have Cherokee County Sheriff's Department guys here, reserve deputies here. So we'll have a lot of people in place for something if something were to happen. Like I said, you bring a lot of people into a small area and you just want everything, you know, everyone to feel safe and be safe. And I think there's no reason to expect that it won't be.
So whether you're filling up on cotton candy or stopping by a local vendor to see some of the handmade goods, or maybe you just want to sit and listen to some local music, doesn't really matter. Galena Days has all of it, and rest assured that the chief of police and local law enforcement are doing everything they can to keep you and your family safe. Reporting in Galena, Kansas, Anthony Saviello, KOAM News.
Now, if you missed out on the fun yesterday, events run through tomorrow. And that's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Jobless claims hit an 8-month high. We'll see what this could mean for the economy. And plus, Medea is recalling its U-shaped window air conditioners. We'll have the details. You're watching the KOAM Morning News. We'll be right back. And Consumer Watch this morning, the number of Americans filing for unemployment rose to its highest level in 8 months. According to the U.S. Labor Department, new applications for jobless benefits hit 237,000 last week. That's up 8,000 from the previous week. The number surpasses predictions by economists who say it could be a sign of a possible labor market slowdown. Well, just as the temperatures are rising for summer, Midea is recalling nearly 2 million U-shaped window air conditioners. The AC units may fail to drain water quickly enough, which could lead to mold. The units were sold at multiple retailers, including Costco, Best Buy, and Amazon. Customers should contact Midea for a free repair or refund. and donut panic but today is a National Donut Day and there are a whole lot of sweet deals. Dunkin' is launching a new line of merch with Stony Clover Lane, and the chain is offering one free donut with the purchase of a beverage. Now, Krispy Kreme is upping the ante with one free donut per customer with no purchase necessary. And for those who need more, Krispy Kreme is also offering a dozen original glazed donuts for $2 with the purchase of a donut. Duck Donuts and Tim Hortons also have free donut deals as well. That's a look at Consumer Watch. Here's Chris with another look at the forecast.
Yeah, we're continuing to track some strong to some potentially severe thunderstorms across the area. We've got severe thunderstorm watches in place, and we have at least at this time one severe thunderstorm warning. We're going to take another full look at your forecast, break down these morning storms and what we're expecting for the rest of the day when we come back.
Well, here's an update in today's Ag Day Minute.
President Trump on the phone with China's President Xi Jinping Thursday, the two leaders speaking mostly about trade. Trump posting an update on Truth Social saying he had a very good phone call with Xi that lasted an hour and a half, adding, quote, "It resulted in a very positive conclusion for both countries," end quote. Now, President Trump says an in-person meeting is now planned between leadership representing the U.S. will be key people on Trump's cabinet, including the Treasury Secretary, Secretary of Commerce, and the U.S. Trade Representative. So how are farmers feeling about trade, prices, and weather right now? Well, in May, farmers' sentiment climbed to its highest level in 5 years, rising to 158 points. That's according to the latest reading of the Ag Economy Barometer, a monthly survey from Purdue University and the CME Group. That's 10 points higher than April. Now, surveyors say that's because farmers were more optimistic and less worried about tariffs and trade. Tailgaters, be aware, an Illinois plant operated by Johnsonville has suddenly shut its doors. A warn notice shows Moments Packing laid off 274 people. A spokesperson for the sausage company saying in a statement they made the difficult decision after evaluating how best to optimize operations to address current and future growth. Johnsonville also said it plans to demolish the plant by the end of the year. For more Ag News, watch Ag Day weekdays on the station or get updates over at agweb.com.
Here's Chris with a full look at your forecast.
Yeah, we've still got strong to severe thunderstorms start pushing through, especially the southern half of our area this morning. Quick look outside. I do apologize. Like I said, it's an active situation. Anytime we get new information, it sometimes comes at the least. But the least. Oh my goodness. It is a Friday. I apologize. It's been since, I don't know, 1:30 this morning. New information coming in, nothing to worry about, but just something we're monitoring with these storms back into now Cherokee County, which we're going to show you. The other thing we want to talk about very quickly is all the lightning. We're talking intense lightning. That lightning is dangerous and deadly on its own, but we are watching the line of storms back through Cherokee County and into Ottawa County, which we're going to take a look at. First, I'll look at our watches and warnings. We have severe thunderstorm watches, as you can see, for the counties in this orangish color. On the Oklahoma side, they run until these watches continue until 8 o'clock this morning. And on the Missouri and Arkansas side, these new ones, this severe thunderstorm watch runs until 10 o'clock this morning. And we have that severe thunderstorm warning continuing into parts of southern Craig County there. 60-mile-an-hour winds are the primary concern with that particular storm at this time. So here's a look at Skywatch Storm Tracker. Look at the volume of lightning out there with these showers and thunderstorms. I mean, even just going from Cherokee County back into just Ottawa County. Just checking this zone here to the border, that's still 271 lightning strikes. So do be cautious as you're heading out this morning. But we are monitoring these storms for the potential, new information just now. We now have a severe thunderstorm warning for Cherokee, Jasper, and Newton County, which you can see just popped up. Let me take off the radar. We'll take a look at that warning right here. This warning just now issued until 6:30 this morning. So give me just a moment. We'll get some information. This is moving east at 25. 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts are the primary concern with this storm as it starts to roll off to the east. So again, this is a new severe thunderstorm warning that is now for the Jasper, parts of Newton County and eastern Cherokee County out there. And this is for 60-mile-an-hour winds as these storms again continue to push off to the east. So this is what we've got. If you're outside of roughly this area right here, if you are behind this or north of this, you're fine. You're getting heavy rain flooding is still a concern. You're getting thunderstorms, lightning, of course, a concern, but the severe threat is going to be confined right into this zone here, lining up with those watches and, of course, the warnings that we do have active out there. All of this activity, again, part of a bigger system here that's just brought strong to severe thunderstorms. We've had a couple of tornado warnings, not in our immediate area, but associated with these storms through the morning, and you can see some are still active southeast of Oklahoma City in terms of those tornado warnings off to the south there. So we're going to continue to watch these storms and just look at that lightning. Again, I cannot emphasize enough how dangerous that lightning can be. You want to just be careful, stay away from your windows. You know, if you have to go outside, try not to until this line passes, because the lightning, I mean, it's still there, but it's considerably more sparse on the backside of this line of storms. When you do have those severe threats out there, the potential for an isolated tornado, we have an isolated to scattered hail risk and an isolated to scattered wind risk across the area, because we're also looking at another line of storms, that at least more thunderstorms overnight tonight. Once this line manages to get out of here, we're going to be dealing with just some isolated to widely scattered showers and storms. We're warming up. Nothing looking to be severe rolling through the afternoon and evening. But as we go overnight tonight, similar to what we saw start early this morning, we're going to start to see scattered showers and thunderstorms. And some of these, especially by 4 or 5 o'clock tomorrow morning, they're coming up out of the south, which is a little unusual. But they'll be rolling from south to north, and these storms could be strong to severe. Now, they'll roll on out of here, and by 8, 9 o'clock Saturday, those are done. But we'll be watching the potential for additional strong to severe thunderstorms later on our Saturday. With those storm chances, though, we do have an isolated tornado risk, because what we're expecting late in the day tomorrow is another line of storms, and that could bring some hail and also damaging wind gusts, another concern. And then late in the afternoon on Sunday, say after 2, 3 o'clock, another line of storms could develop, and that does bring an isolated to scattered risk for additional strong to severe thunderstorms. All right, that lightning, again, absolutely impressive, which is again why we want to stress, it is dangerous. These lightning strikes, they are frequent. At the peak with this whole line, there's a peak of 1,000 lightning strikes with this. So do play it safe. Do be smart with this lightning. 68 by 8, 73 by about 11 o'clock. Scattered storms. Our severe threat will start winding down around 8, 9 o'clock this morning. We'll continue again with isolated to widely scattered showers and thunderstorms through the afternoon. We'll make it into the upper 70s, maybe even some low 80s here and there. We'll have those thunderstorms continue overnight, and again, another round of strong to severe thunderstorms after about 1 or 2 a.m. Saturday could be pushing through. So Saturday starts off pretty stormy. Could get additional evening storms on Sunday, some strong to severe, back into the low mid 80s out there. Upper 70s, low 80s on Monday, and then those warm temperatures still expected for us to heat up next week into the upper 80s, maybe even a couple of 90-degree readings here and there as well. We're, of course, going to continue to monitor these storms. Any new warnings or watches are issued, we will certainly let you know. For now, we're going to send it over to Elise with sports.
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, Crowder College softball put together a historic season this spring. In their first year under the direction of head coach Nikki Keck, the Rough Riders won 54 games and were one of the last 6 teams standing in the Junior College World Series. Now this week, 4 Rough Riders receive All-American honors from the NJCAA. Designated player Jasmine Myers and pitcher Jessica Smith are both first-team All-Americans. Former Columbus Titan Katie Simpson is on the 3rd-team All-American as an outfielder, along with utility player Maya Curry. Simpson and Smith are both freshmen, while Myers and Curry are sophomores. Well, the Joplin Outlaws have been down in Sherman, Texas for a couple of days and have yet to play a full game because of rain. Last night they played 2. The Outlaws lose the first one 10-6. Now that one was a continuation of Tuesday's game, and things looked good for a while in the second game. It was a scoreless tie for the first 5.5 innings, but Sherman scores 6 in the 6th, and those are the only runs scored in that game. The Outlaws lose both ends of the doubleheader. That's Look at Sports. We'll be right back. Well, Tom Cruise isn't just an action star. He's now a record holder. According to the Guinness Book of World Records, Cruise holds the title for the most burning parachute jumps by an individual. He secured the record by skydiving out of the helicopter with his burning parachute 16 times. He did this while filming Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. Now, in a statement, the editor-in-chief of Guinness World Records says Cruz's success is due in part to his, quote, pushing the boundaries of what a leading man can do.
And we've got, of course, strong to severe thunderstorms rolling through out there. Well, scattered storms will continue through most of today, but the severe threat should wrap up by about 8, 9 o'clock this morning. We'll be heading into the upper 70s and low 80s once again for our highs today. And again, scattered showers and storms. No severe weather is expected through the afternoon with this, or into the evening, where again, isolated to widely scattered showers and storms will be possible. But overnight tonight, another round of strong to potentially severe thunderstorms will start to push through. Let's say after about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, with it kind of reaching its peak, pushing the strongest storms through between about 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So do keep that in mind, and we'll have that severe risk out there. Then we'll see additional strong, potentially severe thunderstorms late in the day Saturday, and then we've got another line of strong, possibly severe thunderstorms expected, say 2, 3 o'clock Sunday afternoon. Something we want to watch. We'll be into the 80s through the weekend, back into the upper 70s, low 80s for Monday. I will start heating up next week. Storm chances next Thursday, Sunday. Some of those days could get close to 90. Let's check your forecast. We're back with more right after this.